scale of 1 to 10, how politically informed would you say you are?
9.
Probably a 5.
5 as well.
Probably about a 5.
I don't know, like 1 maybe.
Sometimes it's an 8.
Depends on the topic at hand, maybe. So I'll give it a 5.
I don't know, like a 7.
I would say like a 6.
Yeah, around a 6, I think.
I literally forgot who the president was. Yesterday, I literally had to be reminded. Like, that's how much I pay attention. So,
So you're like at a -1.
yeah, pretty much.
Do you guys watch the news?
Very rarely.
Very rarely.
Not at all, no.
Not at all.
Not all the time. I mostly read.
No, not really. I don't. It's so biased and one-sided.
Sometimes I can hear it playing through my parents' room.
Where do you guys get your news from then?
The app on my Apple device.
What?
And I read the articles, yeah.
You read articles?
A little bit.
And
And
where do you read articles from?
Washington Post, New York Times.
The New York Times.
The New York Times.
Various sources. I don't stick to one source because CNN is going to give you a chocolate lie. NBC going to give you a vanilla lie. New York going to give you a strawberry lie. You
They're
know,
all lies.
mostly.
Where would you say you get most of your information about American politics from?
CNN, Washington Post, a little bit of TikTok.
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 I don't really go on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a rare one.
Maybe Instagram.
Instagram.
That one reporter from like the SpongeBob fish.
Drew gets her news from a fish from SpongeBob on TikTok.
Do you think that Gen Z should be watching the news more or focusing more on social media?
The news is generally one-sided, depending on what channel.
Yeah.
So, TikTok.
You said you're pro TikTok for free speech. Do you think that Twitter is also a free speech platform, or what do you think about that?
It used to be, and now he's censoring a lot.
I would say ever since he got Twitter, it's been way more uncensored. You've seen how bad Twitter can be before he bought it, so.
I mean, now I feel like it's just more of a public sphere of conversation, no matter what side you're on.
I definitely use it less now that it's called X. I just don't think it's as cute.
I used to like it more before Elon Musk. I use it less now.
I think one thing that he especially did bad is like you had to pay for the verified check.
I don't care, just the fact that he renamed it is stupid.
I haven't used Twitter since like 2011, so I honestly don't really have an opinion. That guy has plenty of other problems. He needs to stay out of social media.
Censorship, fact checking, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, that's super important. That's super important. I did an article, I wrote an essay last year for school about like fake news and stuff like that. Just like the whole, like how important fact checking is like for yourself. Because when you just go and believe whatever you see, it's like, you know.
It should be done because that's where the lies come from. If we don't get the fact checks for certain, that's where the lies come.
I believe, obviously, in the core tenets of free speech in society. Corporations that own social media platforms are not held to the First Amendment technically. However, I think that it was their social responsibility, at least, to restrict false news.
I believe that misinformation is one of the biggest issues of our time right now. So I think it's important that there's a lot of fact-checking going on to give people the right kind of information, because there's even some platforms that are way worse at having not factually correct information. And then when people go there and they frequent their news there...
Are we talking about Twitter?
Twitter, Facebook, Truth Social.
Social, yeah.
People say whatever they want to say, but it's important to double check. Like if you're especially getting news or things about politics, you need to double check that information.
But our government started putting links to everything for fact checking on the internet when you're browsing. I think it's helpful.
I think people should just be responsible to do the fact check themselves. I think like individual, because then when we start to like censor what people say, then problems occur, with freedom of speech and everything. So I think that everyone needs to be responsible to we should
check it yourself.
Right, we should hold everyone accountable individually to do that fact checking themselves.
I like that. So it's not up to the tech companies or the government to censor fact checking.
Controlling, what people are saying, and then that. Yeah, right, exactly.
I think free speech on social media is kind of being taken away. They're taking away a lot of our rights on social media, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I'm actually pretty surprised to see where everyone gets their news from. If you guys want to see more content like this, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment down below. Where do you get your news from? We'll see you guys next time. Bye.